to Entry Point Virtual Church. We are glad that you've joined us today.
I would describe my political views as the new right.
I'd say that I'm left.
Feminism today is man-hating.
I would describe myself as a feminist, 100%.
I don't believe that climate change exists.
We're not taking enough action on climate change.
I think it's about time these people got off their high horse and started looking for credible problems that actually exist.
It's absolutely critical that trans people have their own voice.
That's not right. You can't, you're a man, be a man, or you're a female, be a female.
Women do need to remember that we need you to have our children.
Could I be friends with someone that says a woman's place in the home?
Right, OK, well, I'm an expert at flat packs. If you have any trouble, just watch me.
So it looks like I've got your instructions here.
I think so.
Let me help you.
It's not just that bit there.
Describe what it is like to be you in 5 adjectives.
Okay, frustrating.
Dedicated.
Opinionated.
Lucky.
Ambitious.
Offensive.
Solemn. I have ups and downs.
Strong.
I don't want to say attacked, misunderstood.
Name 3 things you and I have in common.
We're both male, we're both confident, and we're both loudly spoken.
We know each other better than people who've known each other for 10 minutes should.
You seem quite ambitious and positive, and you've got this really, got a glow. Do you know what I'm saying? Your aura's pretty cool.
I'm sensing, are you former military or something?
People have said that, but there is no history. So are you then ex-military?
Yeah.
If you're ex-military, I'm very proud of you already.
Well,
So
I grew up in a bit of a rough state. I've experienced homelessness. I've known what it's like to have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm definitely most grateful just for life.
We've only just met, but I think you're the sort of person that would listen to me and we'd have a discussion rather than an argument.
Yeah, you could hang out with, man.
let's go. My chance.
Goodness sake.
You're right, mate.
Fitter than I look.
Perfecto.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
So basically, I think we just built a bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here you are. Each take a bottle and place it on its corresponding markings on the bar.
Attention, please now stand to watch a short film.
Feminism today is definitely an excuse for misandry, man-hating.
If somebody said to me that climate change is destroying the world, then I'd say that is total piffle.
So transgender, it is very odd. We're not set up to understand or see things like that.
I am a daughter, a wife. I am transgender.
I feel like the battle for feminism definitely isn't done. The fight is never going to be over, if I'm honest with you.
You now have a choice. You may go, or you can stay and discuss your differences over a beer.
I'm only joking.
You're happy for a second then.
Well, I'm having a drink.
I'm having a drink.
Yeah.
I want to discuss.
Beer.
Yeah, beer and discuss.
Please join me in prayer. God of all gifts, giver of grace, higher power of the universe, thank you for the ability to learn, grow, make changes in our lives, and the freedom we have to choose. Thank you for the wisdom to know that we are powerless over people and situations that we cannot control. Allow our burdens to be lifted up to you, knowing that you will see us through. These are the times we are awakened to your presence, knowing that we can be strong in times of weakness. Teach us to love with an open heart and spirit, guiding us through darkness into light. Thank you for the courage to change our lives for the better, and bless us with love, growth, wisdom, strength, a willingness to surrender and stop fighting. We choose peace. Amen.
One of the ways that I like to keep up with the trends of our society and to get a sense of what's going on is to pay attention to the National Day calendar, as in, today is National fill-in-the-blank day. There are amazing things to celebrate every single day on the National Day calendar. There is a National Cookie Day, a National Be Kind Day, and a National Talk Like a Parrot Day. Sometimes the National Day reflects historical events, like today. Today is National East Meets West Day. Today commemorates the day the Eastern Front of the Allied forces met the Western Front on the River Elbe. This day marked an important step toward ending World War II. World War II had been raging for 6 years, and in April of 1945, the Allies were marching toward peace. However, it would require a coordinated effort from both American troops from the East and Soviet troops from the West. The commanders directed their units not to make contact with each other. Their orders were to remain on their eastern and western banks of the river, while officers from each division formalized occupation of Berlin. However, when the two armies met on April 25th, south of Berlin, outside Torgau on the River Elbe, patrols entered the river on a small boat. The first to make contact was the American first lieutenant and the Soviet lieutenant, along with their command. 2 days later, photographers commemorated the event of the Eastern Front meeting the Western Front with this picture that has been called the handshake that made history. While I am certainly not a history scholar, I enjoy learning about historical moments like this. I appreciate the sacrificial and brave efforts that led to the end of World War II. I appreciate any effort to end any war, anytime. Most of us have lived through a time of war because, well, our country has been involved in a series of wars. In fact, I just read a few days ago that in the entire lifetime of America, for the past 245 years, there have only been 15 years of peace. And today, it feels like that. It feels like we are in the middle of a social war. We need some peace, my friends. We need to stop fighting. We need to figure out how to get along with each other on this planet. I realize that I can't deliver a message today that is going to cause all of the nations of the world to suddenly stop and listen, set aside all conflicts, and ride off into the sunset together. What I would like to see happen, though, is that we find a way to stop fighting on the local level, on Facebook, in our neighborhoods, in the streets, in our groups of friends, in our volunteer organizations. Now, telling everyone to stop fighting is not going to cause it to happen any more than a parent telling bickering children to stop fighting. But offering a solution to the bickering might help. Changing a mindset might bring about peace. So that's what I'm going to do today. The point to which we have become so polarized is absolutely staggering. Every single issue or news item is filtered through politics now. And we just keep bantering back and forth. Family relationships are strained. Friendships are severed. Romantic relationships break up when we just can't accept each other's differences. We have reached a critical point in our divide. In fact, I see this as a spiritual problem. We don't see each other clearly anymore. We put people into boxes. We divide people into two groups, those who agree with me and those who don't. I would like to offer two solutions to this problem. The first one is easy to say and hard to do. We need to see each other as a child of God. Every person is a human being who was created by God and deserves my respect, my compassion, and my grace. Some people are very difficult to love. I get that, especially when they don't agree with me. But I have been asked to love even my enemies, and I must find a way to overlook our disagreements and to find what is good about each person. Just because someone doesn't view the world my way doesn't make that person wrong. We can coexist with our differing opinions. One of the ways to grant each other the status of child of God is to truly allow each person to have his or her opinion and worldview. When we are scrolling through Facebook, we don't have to weigh in on every single post. We don't have to comment whether we agree or disagree. Choosing not to engage in a conversational thread about a highly charged topic is a gift of grace that we can extend. Now, here's a secret that I learned some time ago. No one's opinion is going to be changed during a Facebook debate. No one. We don't have to post our own personal opinion and try to tell someone else that his or her thinking is incorrect. We just don't have to engage. It's not personal. It's just that we don't see things the exact same way. We don't have to understand it. We just need to see that person as an individual with a different opinion. It's not our job to correct them or advise them or tell them how to think or act. It's our job to love them. We can agree to disagree. Period. The second solution to our bickering is this. Instead of focusing on what we disagree about, let's try to find out what we have in common. This is something the theater community in Indianapolis has figured out. We are a widely diverse group, racially, culturally, politically, and spiritually. Yet we all have a strong commonality that keeps us working together and treating each other fairly and compassionately. We all love making the product of theater. We don't focus on the ways that we are different. Instead, we focus on the ways we are the same. The things we have in common strengthen us as we work on a project together. And as we work together, we find more reasons to care about and support each other. That's the model. I believe that our Entry Point faith community has managed to do the same thing. We give each other a pretty wide berth at Entry Point. We respect each other's differing opinions, and we don't feel like it's our job to correct each other. Let's continue this practice every time we meet together and beyond. Let's try to extend this behavior to other people throughout our week. In Romans, we find this simple verse: do all you can to be at peace with everyone. It is my prayer that we will view each other as children of God, deserving of respect, compassion, and grace, as well as to try to focus on what we have in common instead of our differences. Let's stop fighting. Let's stop putting people into boxes, and let's just let it be. Amen.
It's so easy to place people in boxes, drawing lines, creating sides. There's us, and there's them. Those we feel comfortable around, and those we don't. There are those of us with many chapters, and those just starting their own stories. There's the well-to-do, and those doing what they can. There are those we share something with, and those we don't seem to share anything with.
Welcome, and thank you for coming today, guys. Today I'm going to be conducting an experiment where I'll ask you a series of questions. Now, these questions will be very personal questions, and for us to get a true result, I need you to be completely honest with how you respond. The first question I have is, who in here was the class clown? Who is never on time?
And then there's us, we who have tattoos. We who feel lonely. We who have been bullied. We who have bullied others. We who are madly in love. We who have overcome great adversity. And there's the lucky ones, whose team won the championship this year. And then there's all of us, who are created in the image of God. And as one body, we stand together.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom.
for watching our service today. Join us next Sunday at Connor Prairie. At that service, Betty Ellison will be exploring what makes a moment special in our lives. Have a great week.